Okay, um, I do have this problem, and it says a patient had a medical test done where they were injected with a radioactive dye. The radioactive dye was produced in a nuclear facility where it had been sitting in a lead container for 3 days prior to use. The test required for there to be 200 milligram of radioactive substance in order to run the test. If the substance has a half-life of 12 days, how much must have been shipped at minimum? Okay, now what function or what equation do we have to use? First of all, this is the solution. First of all, the function is y equal a times b to the power x. Now all we have to do is to figure out which one is y and which one is a, which one is b, and which one is x, and find what the question wants. Does he want y? Does he want a, b, or x? So we will plug all of these numbers, and we're gonna have something missing, and then we're gonna do all the mathematical operations, and then at the end we will get the answer that this patient or this doctor needs. So we've got to find first of all, we've got to read it thoroughly. A patient had medical test done. They were injected with a radioactive dye. Okay, so we have radioactive dye. This is a role player on the problem. The radioactive dye was produced in a nuclear facility. This is not a role play. Anyways, a nuclear facility where it had been sitting in a lead container for 3 days. Okay, what does 3 days mean in the context of math? Is it y? Is it a? Is it b? Or x? Well, we've got to think about it. So what do you think the 3 days is? The test required for there to be 2000 milligram. So what is 2000 milligram means? If we read here carefully, the test required for there to be 2000 milligram of radioactive substance in order to run the test. So I guess this is the output. So y is 2000. Okay. If the substance has a half-life of 12 days, how much must have been shipped at minimum? So we have here number 12, and we have half-life, and we have 3 days. Okay, now we've got up something. We have half-life, which is like that, and we have 12 days, and we have 3 days here. Notice that we have days and days, so we have to do something. We have to do like division or something, and those days are times, right? So if we thought thoroughly, we're gonna find that half-life, this one, is b. So b is half, right? And now we've got y, we've got b, we still have a and x. So what x could be? I guess x could be the number of days or something, but we have to do some management to it. So a, as you can recall from previous exercises, from a lot of review, a lot of serious studying, you're gonna find out that a is t, which is time, over 12, and t here is 3 days, so we're gonna have 3 over 12, and then we're gonna have 1/4 with simplification. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not a, it's x, it's the exponent, sorry, it's x. What we need, how much must have been shipped, the shipped amount. So a is what's missing. So simply we're gonna plug the numbers in. So 2000 equal a times 1 over 4, 1 over 2 to the power of 1 over 4. 1 over 4, which means a is 2000, all of that. If you put this in the calculator, you're gonna have a equal 2378.4 milligrams. So the amount of shipped material must be 2378.4 milligram. Voila, we solved it. Now remember, each wording problem has its unique fingerprint, so you have to read it and understand it, understand the key players in there, if there is something tricky or something not tricky, and try to find something, and then put the equation in front of your eyes, decide which letter goes with which number, plug them in that formula, and you're gonna get the answer. Okay, so this was for the second problem. I'm gonna go and do the third problem, which is a transformation, and I will do it in the same video here, and by this I'm going to finish the review. Notice that my review is very fast, but I am taking big problems, the really puzzling problems, and explain it. The normal problems, the normal concepts, you have been studying it for like many months now. You should shovel them down and understand them very well, because we've been taking a long time explaining them and doing them over and over and over. Now what I'm doing to you right now is a quick review before the test and midterm. Okay, alright, now I'm gonna pause to write the next question, and then I'm gonna show you how to solve it. It's about the transformations, and yeah, I'm gonna have the graph x and y, and I'm gonna draw them and everything. You're gonna see it yourself. Okay, now we have this problem, which is number 3. I included everything in this problem, so it's a reviewing for everything. That doesn't mean memorizing this problem, only this problem we're gonna get you A on mathematics. No, but this problem has everything to review. Now every fact I say, or everything I explain, every little item has a lesson and has its own exercises and everything, so you better go back and review. This review is like total general everything. So as you may recall before, okay, graph the parent function 2 to the power x and use transformations to graph this function 2. Now as you can recall before, the law is like that: a f of k x minus d. Now if you want my advice, every time you find transformation, write the equation, write the problem, write this one. Every time you have exponent or anything about a transformation, write this one, because writing this one will save you from the common mistake everyone does, which is this part here. This part here is very tricky. Now I will start solving it or doing the transformation. Now notice here that minus 2 is a, okay, f of x, it means it's exponent. Now we have here x, but we do not have k. As you can see, k here is missing, so we have to take common factor in this, and then we find k and d and blah 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 blah. So this is the first thing you have to do, and this is c, of course. So the first thing you have to do is to make k, because if you do not make k, then you're gonna mislead and misconcept and misgraph everything. So gx equals to minus 2 to the power. Now you have half of x plus 2. How can you take common factor for this bracket? Well, simply you just take half. Okay, I'm sorry, this should be minus half. Yeah, just to complete everything. So what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna take minus half as a common factor. Now I open the bracket, and then I'm gonna have, okay, minus, what do I put here to get minus 1/2 x? I put x. What I put here to get plus 2 with minus, so I get minus 4. Okay, see how this is tricky? Now I've got k plus 1. So now if I can mark them down, this is a, this is k, and this is x, this is b, d, and this is c. Perfect. I've got all of the 4 components. Okay, now saying it's going to shift down and right, all of that is right, all of that is easy, you can do it yourself. But now I'm going to make table of value just to draw them. So I'm gonna make a table of value for the base function, and I'm gonna make a table of value for the transform function. X minus 4 plus 1. So I have 2 of those. What I'm going to do easily is a table of value. So this is the input, this is the output. Now here I want you to focus. The input here is x, but it's transformed. I'm gonna take every x here. So if I said, okay, let me do this first. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Now I'm just gonna plug x on the y and see what happens. So 2 to the times minus 3, it's gonna be 1 over 8, and this is gonna be 1 over 4. This is gonna be half, this is gonna be 0, this is gonna be 1, this is gonna be 4, and this is gonna be 8. Okay, now in here I'm gonna change the color because very important. In here I have x, right, and here I have y, same thing, but I'm gonna take every x, plug it in this transform function, and then plug it in here, then calculate x. What I mean is that, as you can see, x here, if you went up, if you went up, it's here, it's minus 1 over 2x, right? Okay, now because this is here up, I'm gonna take the opposite of 1 over 2, which is gonna be 2x, and then I'm gonna take only, because this is x minus d, right? As you can see, x minus d. So whatever that d is, which is 4, I'm gonna take plus 4. So it's not minus 4, it's plus 4, the opposite. Okay, for y actually is minus, so I'm gonna make it minus and add it to it is 1, so it's just plus 1. Okay, now we're gonna take every x from here, plug it in here, and get the result. So this is the first step. Take this, take whatever x, and then plug it in here, and then get the result in here. Okay, these are the steps. Or I can make it a, b, c, so you do not mislead. A, b, and c. So a is take minus 3, plug it in b, so it's gonna be 2 times minus 3 plus 4. 2 times minus 3 minus 6 plus 4, it's gonna be minus 2. So I'm gonna make here minus 2. Okay, if you did it repeatedly, we're gonna get minus 2, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And then here minus y, you just take here, you just take this one, 1 over 8. Oh, so it's gonna be 1 over 8 minus plus 1, which will be 0.875. So it's gonna be 0.875. No, I'm sorry, it's gonna be minus 7. Yep. So just minus 1 over 8. So it will be minus 1 over 8 plus 8 over 8, which is gonna be minus 1 plus 7 plus 8 is gonna be 7 over 8. Got it? So it's gonna be 7 over 8, and this is going to be, we said 0 here, so it's gonna be plus 1, and then we're gonna have 2, so it's gonna be minus 2 plus 1, it's gonna be 1, and then we're gonna have 4, it's gonna be 3, then we're gonna have 5 and 7 and minus, oh sorry, no, I missed that, sorry. We're gonna take this one, a, same thing, plug it in b and get c. So here's we're gonna get 7 over 8, and here we're gonna get minus 1 over 4 plus 1, so it's gonna be minus 1 over 4 plus 4 over 4, 3 over 4, and here we're gonna take 1/2, so minus 1/2 plus 1 is gonna be 1/2, and here we're gonna take 0, so 0 plus 1 is 1, and here we're gonna take 1, so 1 is 0, and here we're gonna take 4, 3, take 8, 7. Okay, that's cool. What you're gonna do in the next one, And the next step is to graph it. So you're gonna graph the first one and you're gonna graph the second one. Graphing should be easy, so I'm just gonna do it by sight. It's going to be something like that. So this parent function is gonna be with the gray color, and this one is gonna be with the pink color. Okay, so with the gray color, it's gonna be like that. Oops. You're gonna start from down and can go up, like that. Yeah. And then the pink color is going to be flipped. If we get this point 4, so here is 4, so it's gonna be go from here, go like that. Okay, and then just goes like that. I think I can do better. Yep, goes like that. So the intersection in here is going to be 3, as you can see, and then I'm gonna just put the arrow in here so it could look like, or I'm sorry, I look better than I thought. So simply you're gonna just make a shape like that. Put it down here. Yep. Here it should be 4, and here it should be 3. So as you can see, the transformed function is increasing, and that's it. This is how it looks like. Now what I focused on in this problem, I focused on the common sense mistakes that everyone does. Almost 90% of students does, is that they forget k, and then I made this table of values. I explained 2x plus 4 and minus y plus 1. I said 2x I have to invert, I have to go up here and here. Okay, Ahmed, here, do not go here, do not go in this one, go in this one. So this one is minus half x, you have to invert it, so you're gonna have 2x, and then plus 4, d here, you go to d here, d here is minus 4, you have to add 2 plus 4, and then here you're gonna have minus y plus 1, which is, as you can see, minus plus 1, and that's it. I hope I explained it well. Then the ABC rule, you take x here, you plug it in here in B, and then you get C, and you do the same with y. Do not take this x and plug it in here, no, you take this y and plug it in here. Okay, and then you do the same, and then you do the graph pad and the graphing thing. The graphing thing should be easy and understandable. This one is 1, yeah, intersection is 1, and that's it. That's it for exponents. I wish I have explained it very well. If you have any question, let me know. Bye.